Hello. So today I'm going to be explaining glossing to you. What is glossing? It's a system that you can use for writing or transcribing the language that you're learning for vocabulary and grammar. It's just a tool. It's a way of writing language. That's it. Now understand that glossing is not a written form of ASL. Truthfully, ASL doesn't have a written form. People in the deaf community don't use glossing. They write and read English, just like you and I. There are a lot of components to glossing that help you describe language. But for ASL 1, we're just asking you to use a few specific ones. Are you ready to learn them? Let's get started. As you're learning vocab, you're going to show us that you've learned the vocab by writing the word in caps. The word written in caps, it's a symbol for that sign. So you'd write it in caps. 3 examples. If you see us sign this, you would write name in all caps. If you see us sign this, you would write in capital letters the word woman. If you see us sign this, you would write shirt in all caps. For finger spelling, ASL is going to use it specifically for proper nouns, for concepts that don't have signs. But understand, if you don't know a sign for a specific word in English, you do not resort to finger spelling. So for example, if I'm finger spelling my name, Sean, and it looks like this, you would write FS in lowercase with a dash, and then my name in capital letters, Sean. If you see lab finger spelled, write FS in lowercase, the dash, and then in capital letters the word lab. The same thing if you see us finger spell the word target. Sometimes ASL borrows letters from the English language. Those letters become a sign. We call them finger spelled loan signs. Signed like this. For example, here are 3. This one, if you see it, you write the hashtag symbol ASL in capital letters. If you see this, you write hashtag ALL in capital letters. If you see this, you would write hashtag NO in capital letters. Remember, finger spelled loan signs are signs. They're not finger spelling. Finger spelling and finger spelled loan signs are completely different. So one type of pronoun that you're going to use in ASL are personal pronouns. We sign them by indexing or pointing with our index finger. You, me, he, she, it. So when you see pointing with the index finger, for indexing, you're going to write in capital letters IX. That shows what the hand is doing. Then the dash, and then you would write down what the meaning for that indexing is. So for example, woman, index. So you would write capital IX dash and then in lowercase letters SHE. If I point down to the ground, you would write capital IX dash and then lowercase there. If I sweep the index, you would write capital IX dash, and then in lowercase the word they. Remember, indexing is used 3 ways in ASL. The first one being personal pronouns. The second one to show locations. And then the third one to show routes. The next pronoun we're going to talk about are possessive pronouns produced with this hand shape. So if you see this hand shape for possessive pronouns, mine, yours, his, hers, the way you would write that is capital POSS, a colon, and then the meaning for that possessive pronoun in lowercase. So for example, if I do this, you would write capital POSS, colon, and then my in lowercase. If I do this, again, capital POSS, colon, lowercase, YOUR. If I sign woman, hers, you would write it as capital POSS, colon, HERS in lowercase letters. If you notice non-manuals being used to indicate a WH question or a yes/no question, eyebrows down for WH, eyebrows up for yes/no, how do you show us that you caught that non-manuals? After you've written the signs for the question, at the end you would put parentheses and then a capital Q. So for example, if you see a sign, you name what, the eyebrows are down, then at the end of the sentence that you've written, you write the parentheses and then the capital Q as you see in the example. Those are the only glossing symbols we're asking you to use in ASL 1. Now, realize in ASL 2 you will learn more glossing techniques. But for ASL 1, we just ask you to use these few. There is a second video you can watch, and in that video there are 5 sentences that you can practice glossing.